Hi there and welcome to another Condemned video guide. Condemned is a hardcore, Republic, team-based PvE and PvP guild on an EST server. My name is Kira and I'll be your host, and in this video we'll show you the strategy to take down Athiss. This is the third flashpoint you will encounter in the game Star Wars: The Old Republic. We recommend heading into the flashpoint between level 19 and 22. The ideal time is right after you've completed the World of Terrace. The first boss of the Athiss flashpoint is Professor Layarsha. He'll be an easy kill for you as long as your tank and melee have learned the lesson of instancing 101, as in, don't stand in stuff that hurts you. As you'll see here, throughout the encounter, Layarsha will cast an ability called Affliction Field. During the 2-second cast time, a blue targeting reticule will appear in melee range, indicating that your tank and melee should immediately leave the area. Following the cast, a large poisonous cloud will appear surrounding Layarsha that does significant damage over time to anyone within it. Note that the gas cloud is much larger than the area indicated by the targeting reticule, so when Affliction Field is cast, your tanks and melee should back away. When the field is up, your tanks should do what they can to retain aggro on Layarsha, while any melee members of your group should focus on taking down the adds that she spawns. At the beginning of the fight, the adds come in waves of 2. Towards the end, they come in waves of 4. No tank is required for these adds. Your melee DPS will be sufficient to get them down. Finally, note that Layarsha will shoot a conal wave of bolts throughout the fight. While this ability is more than manageable, you can reduce your party's damage taken by ensuring that your ranged and healer are well spread out throughout the fight, and that your tank and melee position themselves so that they are not in a straight line between the boss and your healer. Stay out of the poison on the ground, kill the adds, and stay spread out. These are the 3 keys to success for the Professor. The second boss you will encounter is named the Beast of Odal Kresh, and will definitely be more challenging than bosses that you've encountered in previous flashpoints, despite the fact that the mechanics are similar. Before pulling the beast, you'll notice that he is surrounded by a pack of 4 adds. Immediately upon engaging him, have your damage dealers burn down the adds as soon as your tank has aggro, either by AoE or by focusing them one at a time, depending on the class and makeup of your party. For the first minute, the fight will go smoothly once these adds are down. The only ability of the beast is a 3-second stun on your tank that occurs every 20 seconds throughout the encounter, followed by a knockback. Annoying, yes, but not lethal. 1 minute into the encounter, things will start to get a bit crazy. The beast will call 5 adds, a handler, and 4 smaller beasts, all of whom will immediately target your healer. Unlike previous encounters, not dealing with these adds will result in the death of your healer, so your damage dealers should be quick to toss out short-term CCs while your tank runs around picking them up. Focus down the adds, then return to the boss. You've seen this mechanic before. The challenge here will be for your tank. Picking up the adds while also being stunned and knocked back can be a challenge, and the adds will spawn regularly for the first 3 minutes of the encounter. After 3 minutes, the beast will stop spawning adds, and you'll be free to simply DPS him down until the fight is completed. The final fight of the instance is the Prophet of Odal, and unless you're over level for the instance, this is a fight that will require solid communication and awareness from everyone in your group. The boss has 3 tricky mechanics that can result in a party member's death if you aren't careful. When you begin the fight, have your tank pull the Prophet of Odal down the stairs of his room, and turn him away from your group. This will be your core position for most of the fight. Let's walk through each of these 3 mechanics in depth. The first mechanic is the Prophet's ability, Crushing Darkness. This is a 1.5-second cast, and immediately puts a debuff on a random party member. Let's watch what happens when this debuff is acquired. I focused in on my health bar as I've acquired the debuff. Watch as my health bar depletes over the course of the debuff's duration. 90% health is lost in all, meaning that your group will need to communicate when the debuff is acquired, and your healer will need to immediately toss spike heals to the debuffed party member. While this ability can be interrupted, our testing has shown us that it is not really worth it to interrupt unless your healer's resource pool is dangerously low. The reason for this is simple. The Prophet will simply recast the ability several seconds later, and you need to save your interrupts for the second mechanic. The Prophet's second ability is a high damage channeled attack called Drain Essence that will stun your tank and do significant damage. This ability must be interrupted. Failing to do so has the very real chance of resulting in a tank death. As your tank is stunned, one of your damage dealers will need to interrupt the ability as soon as it goes off. Finally, when the boss reaches 66% and 33% health, the prophet will immediately vanish into stealth and 4 flames will appear. One of your party members will receive a debuff, indicating that the flames are targeting them. Whoever receives the debuff should immediately run from the fireballs. Here, you'll see our tank has acquired the debuff. Notice how he immediately begins kiting the flames. There's no point in DPSing the flames, they have large health pools and will disappear on their own about 15 seconds after the boss has reappeared. Simply ensure that your targeted party member is kiting while the rest of the party focuses the prophet. Communicate when you're affected by crushing darkness, interrupt the tank killing channel, and kite the flames, and you'll have both the prophet and the Athiss flashpoint down in no time. Thanks for watching. I'm Kira, and this has been another Condemned video guide.